Be me, 42, corporate compliance director. Been married to Benjamin for 15 years. Met him in our late 20s at a work conference. He seemed different from other guys, actually listened when I talked about my career goals, told me he wanted a real partnership, not some 1950s dynamic. We built what I thought was the perfect modern marriage. Both worked full-time, both contributed financially. Split everything down the middle, like rational adults. Alternated cooking nights, shared cleaning duties, joint bank account. Sunday nights we'd sit down with our shared Google Calendar and divvy up the week's responsibilities. Grocery shopping, meal prep, laundry, bills, home maintenance, everything color-coded and equitable. Felt proud of what we'd built together. None of that mental load bullshit you see other women complaining about. Benjamin did his share, I did mine. We were equals. Or so I thought. Fast forward to 6 months ago, Benjamin starts acting weird. Coming home later from work, more time on his phone, less interested in our evening debriefs about our days. When I bring up the calendar, he seems annoyed. Do we really need to schedule everything? Yes, Benjamin, we do, because that's how functional adults operate. Suggest couples counseling. He agrees, but seems reluctant. First session, the therapist asks about our relationship dynamic. I explain our system proudly, how we've maintained independence while building a life together, how neither of us has had to sacrifice our ambitions. Benjamin just sits there silent. Therapist asks him to share his perspective. It's fine, I guess. It's fine. After one session, Benjamin says he doesn't want to continue, says therapy isn't for him. 2 weeks later, he sits me down. I'm leaving, just like that. 15 years, and he's leaving. My brain immediately goes to logistics. Okay, we need to figure out asset division. The house, we should get a mediator. He cuts me off. There's someone else. Feel like I've been punched in the stomach. Who? He won't say it first. Finally admits it's someone from his gym. Her name is Bethany. She's 23. 20-fucking-3. I actually laugh. This has to be a midlife crisis thing. He'll come to his senses. You're leaving me for a child? He gets defensive. She's not a child, she's an adult. Okay, Benjamin, she was in high school when we got married, but sure. Ask what this girl could possibly offer that I don't. He won't look at me. She makes me feel like a man. I feel my blood pressure spike. What the fuck does that mean? He starts talking and I can barely believe what I'm hearing. Bethany doesn't work. She's focused on building a home. She cooks him elaborate meals just because. She asks his opinion on everything. She thinks his job is important and impressive. She makes him feel needed. I'm still processing. I make you feel needed. We're partners. That's different. How? You don't need me. You make that very clear. You're completely self-sufficient. You say that like it's a bad thing. He just shakes his head. I'm tired of negotiating everything. I'm tired of the spreadsheets and the calendar and splitting grocery receipts. That's called being responsible adults, Benjamin. Bethany doesn't make me feel like a project manager. She makes me feel like a husband. Want to scream that he doesn't know what the fuck he wants. Instead, I go cold and logical. Fine, leave. But you're going to regret this when you realize you traded a partner for a dependent. He moves out that week. Moves in with her apartment that her parents pay for, apparently. I throw myself into work. Tell my colleagues we're separating. They're sympathetic, but I can see the questions in their eyes. My assistant Karen, whose husband does fuck all around the house, actually says, well, at least you don't have kids to worry about. We'd decided together not to have children. Both our careers were demanding and we liked our freedom. Now that decision feels like a knife twisting. I could have had something of my own. Instead, I have a corner office and an empty house. Start seeing a therapist alone. She's nice enough, but keeps asking how I feel. I feel like my husband is a fucking cliche. I feel like everything I believed in was apparently wrong. I feel like I've been working a job for 15 years that I just got fired from. My sister calls to check in. She's been married to her high school sweetheart for 20 years. Stay-at-home mom, 3 kids, does all the traditional wife stuff. I'd always felt a little superior to her, if I'm honest. Like I'd evolved past that. Now she's calling to comfort me. Men are simple creatures, she says. They want to feel respected and needed. I did respect him. I respected him enough to treat him like an equal. Maybe that was the problem, she says gently. Want to throw the phone. Instead, I ask what she means. Some men don't want to be equal. They want to be the leader. That's bullshit patriarchal programming. She sighs. Maybe, but it's reality. We hang up, and I pour myself a large glass of wine. Start looking at Bethany's social media like a masochist. Her Instagram is public. Pictures of elaborate home-cooked meals, her in sundresses, her and Benjamin hiking, him with his arm around her. She's posted a picture of cookies she made for my hard-working man. I want to vomit. There's a selfie of them together. Benjamin looks happier than I've seen him in years. He's looking at her the way he used to look at me. Actually, no. He's looking at her differently, like she's precious, like she needs protecting. He never looked at me like that. I didn't want him to. I wanted to be seen as capable and strong. Apparently that's not sexy. The divorce proceedings start. My lawyer is a shark. She's going to take him for everything. Feel a grim satisfaction about it. At least I'll win this. Benjamin's lawyer sends over his proposed division. It's actually fair, more than fair. He's offering me 60% of the assets. The house, most of the retirement accounts. My lawyer is thrilled. I feel empty. He's buying his way out. He can afford to be generous because he's already won. He got what he wanted. Sign the papers. We meet one last time to finalize everything. He looks good, relaxed. There's a lightness to him I don't recognize. You look happy, I say, and hate how bitter I sound. He has the grace to look uncomfortable. I didn't mean for this to happen, but you're glad it did. He doesn't deny it. Can I ask you something? I say. Sure. What was the point of the last 15 years? What do you mean? You told me you wanted a partnership. You said you weren't like other men. You said you respected my career and my ambitions. I did. I do. But apparently you wanted someone who'd give all that up to wait on you. He's quiet for a long time. It's not about waiting on me. Then what is it about Benjamin? It's about feeling like I have a purpose in someone's life. You had a purpose in my life. No, I had a role, we had an arrangement, it was efficient and equal and completely fucking soulless. His voice breaks a little. When did you start feeling that way? I don't know. Gradually, it's hard to pinpoint. And you didn't think to tell me? I tried. You'd turn it into a discussion about emotional labor and communication frameworks. He's right, and I hate that he's right. I did do that. Because feelings are messy, and I like things organized. So what? Bethany just intuitively understands you? She tries to make me happy, that's it. There's no negotiation or scorekeeper. I tried to make you happy. You tried to make us equal. That's not the same thing. We sign the papers in silence. He leaves. I sit in the lawyer's office and stare at my copy of the divorce decree. 15 years reduced to a legal document. Go home to my house that's now just mine. It's perfectly clean because I maintain it on my weekly schedule. The fridge has my meal prepped containers lined up, everything labeled and dated. I heat up chicken and quinoa and sit at the dining table alone. Think about Bethany probably cooking Benjamin a roast or something, plating it nicely, them eating together while she asks about his day. Really asks, not just going through the motions between checking work emails. I check my work emails while I eat. Realize I'm doing exactly what I'm imagining criticizing her for not doing. Don't know what that means. Weeks pass. Throw myself harder into work. Take on extra projects. Volunteer to lead the Diversity and Inclusion Committee. At least there I can talk about equality and partnership and have people nod along. My friend Michelle from book club reaches out. Wants to get drinks. She's going through a divorce too. We meet at a wine bar. She's angry. I like that. Her husband left her for his secretary. Another fucking cliche. Men are trash, she says. I agree. We're both successful women. We both have advanced degrees, good salaries, our own money, and we both got left for younger women who need them. What's wrong with being independent? Michelle asks. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. Then why does it keep happening? Don't have an answer. We get drunk and take an Uber home. Wake up hungover and check my phone. Benjamin's number is still in my favorites. I never deleted it. Scroll through old texts. They're all logistics. Can you grab milk? Running late, be home at 8. Your turn to take the car in for service. When did we stop saying I love you? Try to find the last time either of us said it in text. Have to scroll back almost 2 years. It was my birthday. He wrote, "Happy birthday, love you." I wrote back, "Thanks. Don't forget we have dinner reservation at 7. Jesus Christ. I didn't even say it back. Sit with that realization, go to therapy, and bring it up. Do you think you were afraid of vulnerability? My therapist asks. I wasn't afraid. I just didn't think relationships needed to be performative. Is expressing love performative? It can be. People say it out of obligation all the time. Did Benjamin say it out of obligation? Think about this. No, I don't think so. I think he actually meant it. And you? I meant it too. I just didn't need to say it constantly. Did he need to hear it? Feel defensive. If he needed constant validation, that's his issue. Therapist just looks at me. That look that means I should think about what I just said. Healthy relationships include vulnerability and reassurance. I thought healthy relationships were built on mutual respect and equality. They can be both. Mind blown, apparently. I've been thinking about this all wrong. Or maybe I've been right, and the world is just fucked up. Don't know anymore. Attend a work function. One of the senior VPs has his wife there. She's younger, probably early 30s. She worked in marketing before they had kids. Now she stays home with their 3 children. I've always felt a bit sorry for her. Given up her career, completely financially dependent. Watch them interact at the cocktail hour. The way she touches his arm when she talks to him. The way he lights up when someone asks about their kids. She's smart, engaging, asks me about my work with genuine interest. Don't you miss working? I ask. She considers this. Sometimes, but I like what I'm building at home. Our family is my career now. But what about your identity outside of being a wife and mother? She smiles. I have hobbies, friends, I volunteer. I'm still me. I just prioritize differently. Want to argue, but she seems genuinely happy. Doesn't it bother you being financially dependent? We see it as our money, not his money. I contribute differently, but equally. There's that word again, equally. But it means something different to her. She excuses herself to check in with the babysitter. Her husband watches her walk away with obvious affection. 15 years of marriage and 3 kids, and he still looks at her like that. Benjamin never looked at me like that. Or maybe he did, and I was too busy checking my phone. Drive home alone. House is dark and empty. All my independence and equality got me a dark, empty house. Pour wine and sit in the living room we decorated together. Minimal, modern, carefully curated. It looks like a hotel. Wonder what Bethany's place looks like. Probably cluttered with throw pillows and scented candles. Probably cozy. Probably a home instead of a showcase. My phone rings. It's my mom. She's been worried about me. How are you holding up, sweetie? I'm fine, Mom. You don't have to be fine. I know I just am. Your father and I never understood your arrangement with Benjamin. Feel myself getting defensive. Our arrangement was a modern equal partnership. I know, honey, but marriage isn't a business contract. It's not supposed to be unequal either. There are lots of ways to be equal. Everyone keeps saying this. Dad made more money than you. You did more housework. How is that equal? I chose to stay home when you kids were young, and your father never made a major decision without consulting me. We valued each other's contributions differently. But you were dependent on him, and he was dependent on me, just in different ways. Never thought about it like that. Do you regret it? Not for a second. We built a beautiful life together. She has been married for 45 years. What do I have? A career and an empty house. We talk for a while longer. She doesn't say I told you so, even though she probably wants to. After we hang up, I do something I haven't let myself do. I cry. Really cry. Not angry tears, but grief. I lost my husband. Not to another woman. I lost him years before that. Lost him in the spreadsheets and the schedules and the scorekeeping. Lost him by being so determined to not need him that he stopped feeling needed. My phone buzzes. Work email. Client needs something first thing Monday. I start to respond, then stop. It's Saturday night at 9 p.m. I'm sitting alone in my empty house responding to work emails. This is my life. This is what I chose. No, this is what I thought I was supposed to choose. Independence, career, equality, self-sufficiency. All the things I was told to value. And they're good things. But maybe they're not the only things. Maybe I built a life so focused on not being dependent that I forgot how to be connected. Benjamin didn't leave me for a younger woman. He left me for someone who made him feel like a person instead of a project. Someone who wanted to build a life with him, not just coexist efficiently. I never cooked him a special meal just because. Never asked his opinion if I'd already made up my mind. Never made him feel like he was my priority. Because that would be needy. That would be traditional. That would be unequal. But what we had wasn't equal either. It was just transactional. And apparently that's not enough. Spend the weekend really thinking about what I want, about what I gave up in pursuit of what I thought I should want. My identity has been wrapped up in being independent and successful for so long. I don't know who I am without it. Monday I go to work. My colleague James asks if I want to grab lunch. He's been divorced for 3 years. We've talked a few times about it. How did you move on? I ask over sandwiches. Therapy, time, dating, eventually. I don't mean practically. I mean, how did you reconcile what you thought your life would be with what it became? He thinks about this. I had to accept that my marriage failed partly because of me. My marriage failed because Benjamin chose someone else. Did he, though? Or did you both choose other things over the marriage? Want to argue but can't. I chose equality. Did you choose connection? Fucking hell, when did James become a philosopher? They should have been the same thing. But they weren't. No, they weren't. We finish lunch and go back to work. I'm in a meeting about quarterly projections. My phone vibrates. It's Benjamin. Can we talk? My heart rate spikes. Wait until after the meeting to respond. About what? I want to make sure you're okay. I'm fine. I know this has been hard. Want to tell him he has no right to check in. Want to tell him I don't need his concern. Instead, I write, "Can we meet for coffee?" We meet the next day. He looks nervous. I probably do too. We make small talk for a minute. Then he asks, "How are you really?" Honestly, I'm struggling with the fact that everything I believed in apparently drove you away. He shakes his head. Your beliefs didn't drive me away. Then what did? The way we practiced them, maybe. We stopped being people and became roommates who split bills. I thought that's what you wanted. You said you wanted a partnership. I did. I do. But partnership doesn't mean everything has to be exactly 50-50. It doesn't mean we can't need each other. I needed you. For what? You made it very clear you could do everything yourself. He's right again. I prided myself on not needing him. I'm with Bethany because she lets me take care of her. She values what I bring to her life beyond just a paycheck. I valued what you brought. Did you, Or did you just make sure I contributed my share? Sit in silence. I think I forgot how to be soft, I finally say. What do you mean? I was so focused on being strong and independent that I built walls. I treated our marriage like a business arrangement because that felt safe and equal. You don't have to be strong all the time. I thought I did. I thought that's what it meant to be a feminist, to be equal. Benjamin reaches across the table, doesn't touch me, but the gesture is there. Feminism is supposed to be about choice, right? You chose to build walls. And you chose to leave. Yeah, I did, and I'm sorry for how I did it. I should have tried harder to communicate. Would it have mattered? He considers this. Probably not. I think we were headed here anyway. We wanted different things. Apparently, I wanted the wrong things. Not wrong, just different than what I needed. We talk for another hour. It's the most honest conversation we've had in years, maybe ever. When we leave, I feel something shift. Not closure exactly, but understanding. I built a marriage based on a principle instead of on connection. I was so afraid of being the dependent woman I thought I was supposed to reject that I rejected intimacy too. Drive home and look at my empty house with new eyes. This is what victory looks like, apparently. Equal, independent, self-sufficient, and completely alone. I won the battle against traditional gender roles, but I lost the war for connection. My phone rings. It's Michelle. She started dating someone new, wants to tell me about him. He's nice, respectful, has a good job. And here's the crazy part, she says. He actually asked if he could take care of me. What did you say? I almost said no automatically, but then I thought, why not? So you said yes. I said yes to letting someone care about me, yeah. Isn't that regressive? Is it, or is it just being human? Don't have an answer. Michelle is happy though, I can hear it in her voice, something I wasn't for years. We hang up and I sit with this. My entire adult life I've been fighting against something. Traditional roles, dependency, inequality. What have I been fighting for though? What do I actually want? Realize with startling clarity that I don't know. I know what I'm supposed to want. Career success, independence, equality. I have all of that, and I'm miserable. Maybe the problem isn't the principles. Maybe the problem is I made them my entire identity. I optimized for equality and lost connection. I optimized for independence and lost intimacy. I optimized for strength and lost softness. And Benjamin found someone who offered what I wouldn't, not because she's better, but because she was willing to be vulnerable in ways I wasn't. Sit in my empty house and finally understand. I wasn't outsmarted by Benjamin or Bethany. I outsmarted myself. Built a fortress of feminist principles and wondered why I ended up alone inside it. The irony would be funny if it didn't hurt so much. I spent 15 years proving I didn't need a man, and then was devastated when he believed me.